On the news, presidency orders release of Omoyele Sowore Sambo Dasuki. Anti-insurgency war records more success with the death of ISWAP commander. And Boeing sacked chief executive officer over 737 model mishap. A warm welcome to News Now. I am Fidelia Aguncha. The federal government has ordered the Department of State Services, DSS, to release Omoyele Sowore and immediate past National Security Advisor Sambo Dasuki. Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, gave the order on Tuesday. Both men are expected to be released before the end of the day, as a final documentation for their release is currently being concluded at the headquarters of the DSS in Abuja. Dasuki, who is accused of embezzling over $2.1 billion meant for the procurement of arms for security agencies, has been held in DSS custody since 2015, despite several court orders for his release, while Sowore, who was arrested in August 2019 for calling for a revolution protest, is accused of attempting to topple the government and has been denied bail twice. Well, to security matters now, a top commander of the Islamic State of West African Province, ISWAP, Abu Makhtar, and 30 other members of the terrorist sect have been killed by troops of Operation Lafia Adoli along the outskirts of the Damaturu, Yobe State. The terrorists were killed after the soldiers and Air Force foiled a planned attack by the group. According to Army Operation Media Coordinator Colonel Aminu Iliasu, the attack happened on December 22nd. He also confirmed that 2 soldiers sustained injuries during the face-off. The announcement follows report from the Nigeria Defense Headquarters that the terrorist sect has been decimated and pushed into hiding. Gunmen have abducted the wife, children, and driver of the traditional ruler of Odigbo town in Ondo State, Oba Rufus Akinrimade. Confirming the incident, traditional rulers said the abductors had contacted the family and had demanded a sum of 100 million naira as ransom. Elsewhere in Bayelsa State, unknown gunmen have abducted the 6-year-old son of the State Commissioner for Water Resources, Nengi Talbot. The kidnappers are, however, yet to make contact with the family. And still on security, unknown gunmen have attacked the hometown of former President Goodluck Jonathan in Bayelsa State, South Nigeria. The assailant had attempted to steal a gunboat belonging to the military stationed at the creek. They, however, met resistance by soldiers who engaged them in a firefight. A statement by the media advisor to Jonathan, Ikechukwu Eze, confirmed the attack, which he said occurred at about 1:30 a.m. on Tuesday morning. He, however, added that though the military overpowered the criminals, forcing them to retreat, 1 soldier was killed in the fight while another was seriously injured. Eze revealed that former President Goodluck Jonathan has condoled with the family of the deceased soldier and has urged the concerned security authorities to swing into action and bring the culprits to book. President Muhammadu Buhari has sacked Bisi Adegbuyi, Postmaster General of the Federation. According to a statement released by the President's media aide Femi Adesina, the NIPO's boss was replaced by Ismail Adewusi. Adesina also announced other appointments in parastatals under the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy. The parastatals affected are the Nigeria Communications Commission, National Information Technology Development Agency, Nigerian Postal Service, Nigeria Communications Satellite Limited, and Galaxy Backbone Limited. And away from security affairs, the presidency has reiterated that President Muhammadu Buhari is not seeking a 3rd term as widely speculated. In a statement, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, stressed that there are no circumstances under which a constitutional amendment with regard to extending the 2-term limit will be carried out. He stated that President Buhari will be serving his full term in office, which ends in 2023. Shehu further noted that despite the fact that there were attempts to change the constitution in the past, it does not make the move right, and such attempt will be rejected under President Muhammadu Buhari. President Buhari has felicitated with Christians home and abroad ahead of the Christmas celebration, urging them to imbibe and demonstrate the virtues of Jesus Christ. In a message signed by the president, he charged all Nigerians to shun every actions which negate the spirit of the season, stressing that Christmas need not be a one-day affair but ought to continue into the new year. Ahead of the celebration, the president also charged all elements whose actions are opposed to what the season represents to retrace their steps and join people of goodwill and common humanity. The president also assured that armed forces as well as other security law enforcement agencies have been deployed to ensure a hitch-free celebration. And still in the spirit of Christmas, the Federal Road Safety Commission, FRSC, have launched the Zero Alcohol campaign to sensitize drivers on the dangers of driving under the influence of alcohol. Fully armed with breathalyzers, the Commission took the campaign to the popular Jabi market in Abuja to test and sensitize drivers on safety precautions during the Christmas and New Year period. Tunjioye reports.
Deploying technology at this time is surely a good way to keep commercial drivers on check during this festive period. That is why breathalyzer has been deployed across all FRSC command. A quick test is conducted here for some drivers.
We are not happy that out of 4 people that we tried, 1 person is, we will have loved a situation where we score 100%. So that is to say that if you look at the fraction, it means that some people are still in the habit of drinking and driving. So we will continue to intensify public enlightenment, advocacy, and public education on the dangers inherent in this habit. One of the reasons for increase in crashes during this period has been attributed to drunkenness. And we do not want to take any stone unturned. And that is why we have deemed fit to start to randomly test drivers with alcoholizer. As I'm doing it here, is happening in so many commands. So that the essence is that if you should test positive to the alcoholizer, you will not be allowed to drive. And by and large, you will be able to save some lives, because a drunk man, somebody who is drunk, is waiting for a crash to happen. So we have deemed fit to start to go out to test these alcoholizers and breathalyzers on will be drivers that will drive out during this period, so that at least we can cut the crashes that will happen minimally to the barest minimum.
We are always cooperating with the road safety, because what they are doing on the road, it may not be 100% perfect to our members, but we know that they are there because of the life of the citizens of this country, and we really appreciate them.
For travelers, their complaint is on the increase in transportation fare, which they believe is on the high side considering the state of Nigeria's economy.
Compared to last year, there's a slight increment in the fare. I'm traveling to Kaduna presently right now, and the fare is just 200, 300 naira difference compared to last year, because I'm paying 1,500 naira this year. As at last year, some of them, they collected 1,000 naira and some collected 1,200 naira.
Where I'm going to right now, they are calling 13,000 naira. That is Anambra in Oka. That is where I'm going to. It's 13,000 naira, yes. And there is no passenger also. This one, the price is high and there is no passenger. So that is what we are facing right now.
This initiative by the Federal Road Safety Commission is expected to reduce road accidents ahead of 2020. From Abuja, Tunjioye, TV360 News.
And in Lagos, the Chinese community in the state have organized a Christmas party hosting over 2,000 kids from across different schools in the state. The aim of the affair is to further promote the Chinese language and culture among Nigerian students, as well as create stronger ties with the host community. Adeshewa Odushoga now reports.
It's that time of the year again, and school children are recording lots of amazing moments from this Yuletide period. One of it is this Christmas fun fair organized by the Chinese community in Lagos, hosting over 2,000 school children at the National Theatre in Igomu area of Lagos. The fair is part of a move to promote the Chinese culture among Nigerian students. From bouncy castles to table soccer, rock climbing walls, dancing competitions, train rides and many more, the kids were indeed given a treat. They were also entertained by some Nigerian China students with outstanding performance promoting the Chinese culture.
We are Chinese community in Lagos today gather for invest all the children, 2,000 children, celebrated for Christmas. You know, this between China and Nigeria friendshiply. So far we are the business for Nigeria. We go help some Nigeria children. So we are today celebrated this Christmas. We almost invest 2,000 children come here. That they pray for us and between China cultural and Nigeria cultural.
And we hope to organize this party to let the Nigeria children, Nigeria school children to be happy. And that is why we Chinese community in Lagos, we organize this free party.
Some of the organizers were not left out on the phone, as they joined the kids who are elated with the celebration to play soccer.
I enjoyed the party. I played football and I also climbed the bouncing castle. I want to thank the Chinese for organizing this party.
Yes, sir, I'm enjoying the party. And I want to thank the Chinese community in Lagos for bringing this party in Lagos. I'm really enjoying it.
After the celebration, the kids in the line visited the Santa Claus, who gave them loads of gifts amidst refreshment. Every 25th of December, over 2.18 billion Christians across the world celebrate the birth of the Jesus Christ, who is believed to be the Son of God. The celebration includes exchange of presents and spending time with family and loved ones. Adeshawo Dishoga, TV360 Lagos, Nigeria.
You're still watching news now. We'll be right back after this break. Don't go away.
That was a very good business. Yeah. The furniture you brought was very perfect.
That's how we roll.
Because let me do you receipts.
Yeah. How much was it again?
1 million naira.
Okay, write 2.5.
The deal was for 1 million naira now.
Okay, write 3 million. I'll give you 500.
Oh no, I just do business like that now. Yeah.
In that case, give me back my check. Let me go and look for someone that understand business.
Take.
Your loss.
It is only for incorruptible customers. What are you talking?
Now get out.
What kind of this?
You will just die.
You will die. That is the door. Now get out from here.
Rubbish.
Look, my people, make we only add money for original invoice price. That's not corruption. Say no, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Welcome back. Let's now talk business with Aneta Felix. Hello, Aneta.
Hello, Fidelia.
So it seems there's still no respite in the closure of Nigeria's borders.
That's true. The federal government has just said there's no date yet for reopening of the country's land borders, which were closed in August. Speaking with journalists, Miriam Katago, Minister of State for Industry, Trade and Investment, explained that a date for the borders to be reopened would be fixed until a joint patrol team set up by Nigeria and its neighbors submits its recommendations. Katagum said the joint team is made up of customs, the Air Force, and other security agencies of the countries. She further noted that the recommendations of the team would tell if Benin Republic and Niger Republic have complied with trade protocols of Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The federal government has reflected the adjustments in the December salaries of civil servants. This is coming 8 months after President Muhammadu Buhari signed the new minimum wage bill into law. Civil servants in Lagos confirmed the development, saying the new salary scale was what the government used in paying them their December salaries. Meanwhile, the government also assured that salary arrears of about 7 months will be paid next year, as it had been provided for in the 2020 budget. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, says deposit money banks that fail to acknowledge complaints from depositors will pay a fine of 2 million naira. The Apex Bank stated this in its guidelines on consumer protection. According to the recent guideline, a complaint by the depositor can only reach escalation point when the complainant has exhausted the institution's internal dispute resolution process, and also if the institution fails to acknowledge the complaint within 3 days. The CBN also stated that non-resolution of complaints within prescribed timelines attracts a penalty of 500,000 naira per complaint per week, while the infraction subsists. After this break, we'll give you a summary of today's trading activity on the NSE. Welcome back. The Nigeria Stock Exchange is closing lower on Christmas Eve, with the all-share index wrapping up lower at 26,092.82 basis points, while the market cap is down at 12.595 trillion naira. The percentage laggers today are led by the financial services sector, with Stanbic IBTC Bank, Dangote Sugar, Guaranty Trust Bank, and UACN PLC recording the most losses on the NSE today. On the other hand, we see that our percentage gainers are led by Unilever, Cadbury Nigeria PLC. We also have UPDC Credit and EcoBank Transnational Incorporated making the most gains on the stock market today. And here's a summary of trading activities. We see the volume of shares wraps up at over 300 million shares, valued at over 1 billion naira, with a total of 1,993 deals. And on to the foreign scene. The Dow Jones, FTSE, and the Nikkei are all looking up. It's a bullish market here, with a 0.11% for FTSE. In America, it's 0.28%, and in Japan, it's wrapping up higher at 0.040% today. And that's it from here, Fidelia.
Thank you, Aneta. Sadly, another bearish day for the NSE. Well, we hope for better days as the week goes by. But before we bring you news from the foreign scene, we'll take a short break and return with more. Welcome back to the foreign scene. Boeing has dismissed its Chief Executive Officer, Dennis Muilenburg, in a bid to restore confidence in the firm following two deadly crashes involving its 737 MAX plane. Muilenburg has come under intense criticism since the disasters in Ethiopia and Indonesia, which killed 346 people and prompted the worldwide grounding of the MAX plane. David Callum, who has served on Boeing's board since 2009, will now replace Muilenburg as CEO and president on January 13, 2020. Last week, Boeing announced it would have suspended production of the 737 MAX because regulators had yet to clear the aircraft as safe to fly again. And in sports, the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, has revealed that it will, in the next few months, begin hunts for substantive coaches for some national teams. While speaking to newsmen in Abuja, the NFF General Secretary Sanusi Mohammed urged Nigerians to be patient with the federation as the advertisements for the vacancies will soon be out. It will be noted that the senior women national team, the Super Falcons, is without a substantive coach, while the women under-20 and under-17 teams are without coaches who have also ended their assignment. Meanwhile, Sanusi said the renewal of the Super Eagles coach Gernot Rohr's contract lies in the hands of NFF's technical committee members. And that is on news now. Many thanks for watching. You can move on to our website at www.TV360Nigeria for more details on this story. I am Fidelia Aguncha. Merry Christmas.